Hello, welcome back. We got some research done. We got alteration finished, and then there was some overflow into conjuration because I didn't pick another target, but not much. I'm going to try and get construction 7 next. So that gives us weapons of sharpness, which might be useful, since there are a bunch of immobile gods around us. And we can also do some brass balls. That's fire gems. I mean, I guess I'll see what this is like. I think I've seen one of these in a Magic Gen game before. Can't remember what they're like though. We make about what, 26 fire gems a turn? We can blow 30 fire gems in a brass ball. Why not? Give it a shot. Might get some evocation then. I'm a bit scared of going to evocation 5 because that would give us Kiss from Heaven, and I'm always a bit nervous about having mages able to script that. Able to cast that rather. But who knows? Anyway, that's research. We did some hidden in sand. Search for nature sites, didn't find any. Lots of battles then. We moved into 2 provinces belonging to Utgard. One was our big army, and one was some Ictiads. Ictiads up first. Didn't quite position them right. I mean, I guess they hit at the same time. I kind of want the armored guys to hit mostly though, with the net guys filtering through. But, well, either way, they fought under siege, but the net guys kind of got scared and ran away. So there we go. There's Tifia. A lot of PD there, I guess. And then our big army moves into Inuptia. So you get to see what it looks like. It's cool in action. Not much here, though. Woodhenge druids look so weird when they've got Fire Shield. It's so wrong looking. But besides that, not much to see here. The province is ours, though. Lost some wolf tribe, that's okay. We can also see, yeah, it looks like Utgard and Midgard are at war. So I guess that's where Utgard's army went to. So here's some Midgard stuff. We get to see their bless. This is a big bless these guys have got as well. Let's see. So they have attack skill, shock res, poison res, defense, reinvigoration, magic res, blood surge, and 40 undead leadership. So, you know, big bless. This goes in the Hall of Fame with heroic toughness as well. That's pretty nice. But yeah, he takes this province pretty easily. So more necromancers suiciding into German, although not actually dying in this case. And 2 battles then between Erythea and Arco, who was vanquished this turn, as well as Pythium. So Erebont is the smaller of the 2. I think these are the 2 forts that Arco had left. So that one goes fine for Erythea. Much bigger battle is in Arcocephaly itself, though. So lots more mages here. Not many troops, though, for Arco. I haven't actually watched this battle yet, so I don't know what happens exactly, but... I see lots of Winemen getting hit by Astral Fire. And I think that was some acid bolts getting fired at Erythea. Lots of opposition spam now. What are you guys casting now? Frozen Heart, Frighten. Well, you're about to be vanquished. Guess it doesn't matter too much what you're casting. What about you guys? What are you casting? Casting Charge Body and Twist Fate on yourselves? Alright. Not much to see here. Well, Arco's cap belongs to Erythea now. Costing quite a bit of stuff, but these units are not very expensive, I don't think. 12 Militia. 29 Phalangites, I guess that's something. 8 crossbows, yeah, pretty cheap units. Plus 4 mages as well, but... not too important, I don't think. So there goes, yeah, Pythium and Arco. Farewell to them. Events then, Broken Land. We get some Locust Swarms, so we lost gold. Inuptia, Sectarian Movement, -2 Dominion. Also Inuptia, Fairy Court, lost all attacks. Great events. Tifia's unharmed. Yeah, moved into Inuptia, immediately getting bad events. Good stuff. There is also a magic site here. It is, of course, a water site, so there's another water gem for us. We're on 12 water, 26 fire. Pretty funny. That's it for messages, though. So, Midgard is here. I guess I'll just ignore them. I can't see Utgard's army now, unless it's beyond this point. But I'm not sure where exactly Midgard is the thing. I mean, they must be more in this direction, right? So it's possible Utgard has sent his army over in this direction. But it's also possible they just lost a battle somewhere to Midgard and don't have any troops beyond what we can see. There's some stuff in Obokti, there's a little bit of stuff in Scarce Hope as well. And the report in Utgard is blown up from last turn. There's 60 enemy units there now, but still not super threatening, I don't think. So things are okay for us. So this time we've got all of our water provinces templed, so the priests are heading home. That's the first thing. Not spending any gold on priests this turn. Next up, I can't actually move any gems to this army. These guys in this province, doesn't matter if it's a scout or a woodhead druid or a cloud mage, nothing can move straight to Utgard this turn, unfortunately. So scout's just going to sneak over there. It'll take a little bit of time to get there. But we'll try and put the air spells in the script. So far, you know, haven't needed any gems. Would be nice to have them when we do. I don't think Utgard will patrol because he has a fountain. But maybe that's a stupid rationalization, I don't know. You probably should patrol. But I mean, it would be nice to be able to fight with your god in this position, right? Well, I don't know. Either way, I'm just going to move my stack onto Utgard, because even if we don't have any gems to use on like big spells like Mass Flight or Fog Warriors or anything like that, we do at least have Flaming Arrows, and we probably outnumber Utgard, and we'll do some decent spells, so we'll just move straight onto Utgard, start sieging it, and see what happens. Tifia we can't do any damage to. We have this squad now put together in the Merc, so that's just going to move straight onto Obokti. We don't have as many troops here. So we've got some archers, some crossbows, some flingers, and some soldiers. That's about it. The big mages are doing some nice spells, though. We've got Fog Warriors, Mass Flight, Arrow Fend, Wind Guide, and Flaming Arrows. So that's something. Plenty of communion saves to go at those guys as well. We've also got a couple of Cyclops, but I'm not sure what they should do, so they're just going to buff themselves and do advance and cast spells. Good luck to them. Boone is also here with his werewolves, so, you know. We'll move on to this and just see what happens. I also have this guy who's walking over with his flambeau. He's on, what, 2 stars of experience? Wish I could have made more gear for these guys, but oh well. Speaking of gear, we've recruited this guy this turn. So I've given him the Ice Aegis and the Evening Star. He's going to walk over to Broken Land, where we also have these guys now, from Hidden in Sands. So we've got a Dust Priest, we've got some Dust Warriors and Dust Walkers. We've got this guy, Dust King. Also be cool to put items on this guy. Yeah, they're ready. These guys can reanimate the dead though, and since we have our god and the Tyrant here, who are population killers, this province always has corpses, so I'm just reanimating some soulless while I bring over the other Last Dragonian Tyrant. And those guys can start raiding around here. These guys with the Springhawks can probably also raid as well, because Springhawks are no joke. They're ethereal and they fly. So hold and attack rear usually kills PD. So we're building up plenty of raiding force while we have these 2 stacks sitting on forts. So that's quite nice. We'll start clipping all these provinces over the next few turns while we just sit on forts and see what happens. And if I can get something to sit on this while we're sitting on this, then that'll be all 4 of his forts under siege, from what I can see. And that'll kill his income. That's nice. And then we can begin the gradual process of deciding which one to siege and to storm in which order. But it would be nice to take some risks and just get this box stuff quickly so that I can just increase my gem income and then maybe attack somebody else immediately afterwards. Recruitment-wise, did I remember to... No, I didn't. So we didn't have much gold this turn. So I was going to go through and kill all the recruitment to see if I could queue up another tyrant, but it might just be too expensive, unfortunately. Maybe one of these? Oh, okay. Alright, we're up to 400. We need 600 gold, I think. Might be able to do it. I think I put 15 points of PD here because it was good PD and it's a nice trap. Okay, we might be able to do it. Let's see. I think it's 600 gold we need, right? Yeah. I can put that on repeat recruitment. So how much PD can I put here? 10? Alright. Just in case God tries to take it back with something around here. Although he doesn't really have anything that I can see that's outside of a fort, so who knows. So that's it for movements, really. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. As you can see, we have no recruitment at the moment. Research is decently fast. I managed to get most of the lanterns out in the world. So, almost everything. If something's diseased, I don't put a lantern on it just because I don't want to micromanage that much when they're going to die, you know. There's another lantern. Yeah, I think everything that isn't a Cyclops has a lantern, though. So, yeah, or a big guy. I don't want those guys getting horror marked. Although, in the Jomon game, it seems like it takes a very, very long time for you to get killed by horrors just from holding a lantern. It's probably not the worst thing in the world. Either way, we're still doing almost 1,000 research, it's probably fine. I'll wait 2, maybe. Yeah, 2 more turns, we'll get another Hidden in Sands. Keep getting Tyrants. Try and forge what items I can for them. Would be nice to put Shrouds on our Tyrants as well, because they don't really need much protection, and our Bless is actually not that bad for them, because it gives them Reinvigoration, which is, you know, pretty nice. They can do Earth Power, and then stack the 2 Reinvigoration on top of that. Pretty good. They can also do Soul Vortex with a gem, so this guy is probably going to be a script, we'll see. But yeah. Anyway, that's the turn. Turn 40. I did get a message back from Jomon about staying peaceful. Seems okay with it. He mentioned that he has a lot of stealthy preachers in his territory from Abyssia, which is quite funny. I'm hoping that our wall of temples helps stave off the worst of Abyssia's dominion, but it is pretty bad. Where are we now? Still nowhere near. We're in 4th on Dominion. Maybe that's good enough. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit now, so I'm just going to hit end turn. So that was turn 40. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. Throne has been claimed. Throne of Earth. Good stuff. And Diaportant. Utgard has put up Mother Oak. So, interesting. Search the site and didn't find any. Lots of battles then. See some more Midgard stuff taking Utgard stuff. And also saw some Necromancers continuing to suicide into Jomon. Battle in Obokti. Putting Utgard's throne under siege. There's quite a bit of PD here. Unfortunately, that means we use all of our gems on our big spells in this battle, which is not ideal. So we got Fog Warriors, we got Mass Flight, got Arrow Fend, Wind Guide, Flaming Arrows. So, you know, that would be fine, except we only had enough gems to do this once, so use all of our gems doing this. But the throne is now under siege and we didn't take any losses, so, I mean, I guess that's something. Yeah, 50 Huskarls worth of PD. Stone Heavens, I was just sending the rest of the Ictiids that we had left into a random province. They bounced off, unfortunately. And our main stack moved on to Utgard, so fine. No problems there. This army doesn't even have gems, so didn't waste them. Marshlands, we lost some people. Lost a scout on Agartha's Cap. Currently being patrolled by 100 Iron Corpses. So, yeah. Okay. Sieging the forts. Tifir is unharmed. Not really surprising, I suppose. We have 35 siege strength. Not great, but the other one's getting slowly worn down. And that is it for messages. So far no real reprisal or anything yet. We've got these guys building up in the cave, and these things in the Garnet Sorceress province. So I guess we'll just continue as we started. Gonna move the Springhawks and some random commanders into Ireme, see if they can take that. We've got the Springhawks on attack rear immediately. So we've got a little A1 mage, little N1 mage, and an 80-head Lord and an Earth Gnome, who are slightly in the front. See if they can take Ireme. Roll home, I'll try and take with my god, so Earth Power, Phoenix Power, Temper Flesh, attack. He should be fine. So hopefully we just take those two provinces pretty easily. Samurai is going to get attacked by... we have a Tyrant, we have a Dust Priest and a Dust King with some Dust Warriors. Also got some Soulless that we animated too. They should be fine. You guys are just giving themselves the big... Got Soul Vortex, Phoenix Power, Blessing, Events and Spells. Tyrant has Earth Power, Soul Vortex, Phoenix Power, Timber Flesh, attack closest. He's also carrying a few Earth Gems I could spare, so if need be, he can give himself some Earth Power as well. But they'll easily take any province, so we'll take Summer Edge and then might split them up and take both of these next. Depends where these units go next, if anywhere. But we'll see. Also had to alchemize some gems into Gems to get them over to the Obokti army. So I can just about make 7 new gems to replenish the script, so we can at least get all of these spells back into action. So we'll do that as well. We also almost have this guy who's almost there with his Flambeau. Be pretty good if he's got Mistform and Flight on him from the big spells. Getting the back. Yeah, so not much else to say besides that. Things still seem okay. Just hope we don't get attacked by anyone else. I mean, Agartha seems very threatening, so that's 100 things patrolling here. All these big stacks. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I just always hate Agartha in every game. I'm always really reluctant to attack them, just because it always just feels like they always just summon tons and tons of junk that usually has a bunch of resists, right? I guess in late age they do this. Bunch of undead inanimates. I don't know. Get used to seeing them having magma children and I don't know, statue things, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of Agartha. But, you know, I'll ignore them for now. Try and roll over Utgard quickly. We had a little bit of gold left over this month, so I put a bid on the cheapest mercenaries. So I'll try and get Blackbone's Pirates into 81 as well. And they can also raid some of this stuff, maybe. See what happens, though. We make 26 fire gems per turn, which is almost enough to do Hidden in Sand every 2 months. As it turns out, we can do it again this month, though, because this guy generates fire gems. And he had about 8 or 10 or something saved up, so... yeah. So we're doing another Hidden in Sands this turn, in addition to getting another Tyrant out as well. So yeah, as long as we can just keep bringing out more Dust Kings and stuff, backing them up with Tyrants, we're going to get stronger and stronger, you know, every 2 turns, pretty much. Which Utgard is not, because we're sitting on all this fort, so we can't recruit anything at the moment except out of here. So let's just try and do that. Be nice if I can sit on this, because then that'll completely cripple his economy. And then we'll just kind of box off each fort one at a time, from easiest to most difficult. We'll see what happens though. Utgard still doesn't have any gems, so there's a scout here moving some gems over as well. And I think that's it for movements and stuff. The red arrows are just like, this is just a priest getting on land. That's about it. Don't think I'm forging anything. Did a lot of, well, alchemizing into gems basically. And Irritated did ask if I wanted to do another trade, so sending 12 water gems to them to get 12 earth gems next turn. So I can make some earth items. That's enough for a firebrand and a lead shield, which I would like to put on the next tyrant, I suppose. Maybe a girdle as well. And swing it. Either way, though, that is turn 41, so, you know, Things seem okay so far. What was the throne that got claimed? Throne of Earth by Abyssia. Interesting. Abyssia on 2 thrones. Not bad for a nation that's just doing nothing but blood sacking. I guess one there, maybe this one? Maybe this one? That would be surprising to me. Oh well. Either way, there's turn 41, so I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello, welcome back. I got our 12 Earth Gems from Erythea. Also cast Hidden in Sand again. Didn't find sights. Lots of battles then. Robber Home, moved in with our god, no problems there. Irene, moved in with some Springhawks, no problems there. So I'll just watch this, so let's see the Springhawks in action. Pretty straightforward. Bit tough for PD to deal with. So there's Irene. Laria, we saw more Necromancers. And Summerage. Get to see the really big boys. So we got a Tyrant, we got some Dustwalkers. Just some PD here, so nothing terrifying. And there we go. Summerage is then also attacked by black dogs, but yeah, not really any problems. We did lose all the Soulless, but you know, that's okay. Events then, Utgard. Wolves have been heard howling at the moon. Summerage, some dogs have gone rabid, yeah. Marshlands, an evil lord and his hirelings are trying to take over the land. And White Lake, Ill Omen. Yeah, great events. Marshlands was also attacked by 27 swordsmen, 16 macemen, 2 sorceresses, and a fire lord. So, fantastic. Here they are, being a real nuisance. It might be a while before we can take this back, because quite a bit of junk. But, oh well. So, Marshlands is this province. Bit unfortunate. Whispering Waste we also saw get attacked by dogs. Obokti is severely damaged, Utgard is critically damaged. Should have that open next turn. Sifia is unharmed, an oppressor died. We recruited Blackbone's pirates. And that's it for messages. Alright, so first of all, the unfortunate news is this is now moving towards us. There's a 400 unit Agarthan stack. Yeah, I guess Goth has just been sat there waiting for me to do something so that he could attack me. Which is a shame. He does have both of his thrones now just completely undefended. In fact, none of his territory is defended now. Just balled everything up, except this one. So, you know, I would hope that Erythea would punish this, or Geomon would punish this, but I don't think they're going to. Which is a bit sad. I could move some of the stuff from Utgard to Forest to do a move patrol action, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I can also see that Utgard has also brought back his units as well. I was wondering what happened to these. I guess Utgard's been fighting over here somewhere, maybe? They've just pulled back. So, not a great position at the moment. But we don't really have the luxury of playing conservatively. So, even though this is a 200 unit stack, and we have like, I think 30 giants total. Let's just check. 31. We've got 31 giants, we've got about 40 archers, some mercenary pirates. It's not a lot, but I'm still just going to sit here, and if he moves in, we'll just have a fight, why not? I bid on the remaining mercenary companies, not huge bids, but maybe we'll get them both. So we might have the extra mercenaries here as well. But I'm just going to let this smash into us. And we'll see how it goes. We do have some quite nice battlefield buffs, of course. We've got Fog Warriors and Mass Flight. And I've put a lot of our melee dudes on attack rear now, so maybe that'll catch him off guard if he has undefended mages at the back. We'll just chew through his backline with flying units. But yeah, this might just be a disaster for us. My thinking is, though, since we don't have like a huge amount of stuff here, like our main army is here, and we're getting constant reinforcements from Brokenland now. Even if this goes poorly, as long as we kill some of this stuff, it's still fine, right? Still fine overall. If we ignore like this, like yeah, it's whatever. He has brought the stuff from Deep Gorge into this army, because I can see a bunch of pale ones here now as well. So I wonder if you'll also move this over, so there'll be flying sacreds of his own. But I mean, we're all at the back. Maybe that'll be fine. Who knows? But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here. We'll just see what happens. Worst case scenario, it goes really, really badly, and what? We still have this stuff here, so we'll see how that goes. Next up, this stuff here. I was going to keep raiding, but there's not much point now if this is possibly going to be in this province. And Utgard is also critically damaged, so it's probably going to pop open next month. So I'm bringing the Dustwalker, the Tyrant, the new Dustwalkers we just recruited, the Springhawk guys, and even my god. They're all moving to Utgard. Also, the stuff that's in this province just going to evacuate, so it's also going to Utgard. So we'll just bulk up this army. And next turn, no matter what happens, I'm just going to storm. I think that's the best thing to do. Yeah. So the absolute best case scenario next turn is that somehow we manage to like beat these armies when they move into us completely. And this breaks open and we can just storm. And that'll wrap things up nicely, and we can just turn our attention to defending against the Gotha then. Is that how it's going to work out? Probably not, but you know, that would be best case scenario. I have made sure that we're doing enough research that we're going to get Construction 7 next turn. So we'll have Weapons of Sharpness. So my god is bringing a bunch of Earth Gems with him to make sure he can cast that. Because I know that God has some kind of immobile god in here. I can't remember what it was, but was it a Blood Fountain maybe? I don't recall, but he's got some kind of immobile god. We'll make sure all of our dudes have Weapons of Sharp. Well, some of our dudes have Weapons of Sharpness as well. A couple of these guys landing on it should smash it to bits quite easily. Yeah, and that's the plan for now. Don't have high hopes, but yeah. Hasn't been a great game for the last 40 turns. So, you know, maybe we'll get lucky though from this point on. Who knows? Not sure there's much else to say. Gems are still a problem. We can't really forge much. We've got another Tyrant now who's heading over, but I've had to make a Lantern Shield, which is this thing. It's a bit nerfed in JBBM. It gives you worse combat stats because it has a retinue. But, you know, it's a shield that we can make without Earth Gems. And these guys don't come with shields, basically, so I just like putting a shield on them. And since I'm doing that, I have to make him a Frostbrand. So this guy will have a Lantern Shield and a Frostbrand. We'll see how that works out. And yeah, that's it for now. I don't think there's anything else happening. I made sure we got PD in all those provinces we just took as well. Doing some preaching on this fort, apparently. Which one is that? Funeral? No. The Bhakti. Someone's preaching. Oh yeah, I had the big guys preaching. I mean, why not? We're down to 1 dot candle. Might not be bad. One other thing that's a bit bothersome over here in Utgard is I've got these guys scripted now to do some big spells. But this Oppressor Archon has Battle Fright, so he's on 4 morale. Doesn't seem great. It's a bit awkward. We've only got these 4 guys, so he's just trying to get off Wind Guide at the start before he probably routes from Arrowfire. And this guy's doing Mass Flight and Arrow Fend, this guy's doing Flaming Arrows, and this guy's doing Fog Warriors. See how it works out. We've got 20 slaves, so plus 4 levels, I think. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else to say, though. We'll just see what happens next turn. Like I said, I don't have high hopes, but it is what it is. At least we get some fun fights, maybe, at last. We'll see. Might be able to do another Hidden Sands pretty soon. Maybe next turn if I alchemize some stuff. Who knows? That is it now, though, for turn 42, so I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.